Hey guys, this is Chris. I'm going to do a long-term bash review of this Losi here, the XXL2E. See that on the body right over there. It's a little worse for wear. I suppose the first thing I would ever suggest when you get into this thing is put these clip holders on there. It's a night and day savior. These back clips over here pretty much rip through close to day one, and well, I keep running it because I don't really want to spend $50 to buy a new one. As you can see, it's been through a little bit of crud. Last time I had it out, it was going through some mud and snow. I did find that the best combination on this is not a 4S, nor is it the 6S. The 6S will make it go way too fast. I found this right here. I think I got it on eBay actually. It's a 50C battery. Highly suggest it. I did gear it down slightly, so I did change the pinion in here. Also, thing to note, when I had a 6S battery in here, I kept eating up these slip clutch pads. I could not keep enough of them in stock. If we kind of go over here to my parts department, you kind of see I have a little bit of everything here. I do go through a lot of differentials, a lot of on power lands, so if you're going to do a bunch of jumping and land on power, those things pretty much just explode. Here's a whole housing I had purchased. Any combination of gears, plastic housing, all of that stuff just kind of goes kapooey. It just rips itself apart. So one of the things that I figured out was if you don't go with a 6S and you don't go with the 4S, of course, that's a little underpowered, and you go with the 5C, you don't break things quite as often. It's still wicked fast, wicked fun, but more importantly, it's not broken every time I use it. As you can see, it's been holding up well. Waterproof is pretty decent. I would like to point out that the receiver box is not really waterproof. Holes down here where the water kind of drains out if it gets in, which of course means if it's underwater it drains in. Not a very great option there. Underneath, pretty decent as well. Not too many scuffs and bumps. I do primarily keep this thing off-road, and well, for some reason I'm hitting up on my center here, so must have been doing some pretty decent jumps and such. I have driven this thing in the sand, and I have driven it through the water at the lake in the sand. My suggestion, don't drive it in the sand. It gets squeaky, it gets loud, it takes a little while to kind of bring itself around and back to normal. Too much grit and grime in there. One thing I did notice is, of course, I've broken most every part on here at this point, which you can tell, but there's little set pins down here in the hub carriers. Those will come loose when you start putting 6S power on it, and it will not handle as good as it could. Tires still in pretty decent shape. I think I got one chomped on mine because my dog likes chasing it. Other than that, the only thing I can tell you with this is it's phenomenal. If you don't have one and you're thinking about getting one, do yourself a favor and buy it now. You'll thank me later. This is by far the best RC car I have ever owned. And I've got quite a few, so I'll be going over a few more of those as we're coming up here, but just wanted to give you a quick long-term test of this Losi here, and I can't be happier.